About the Sleepy Hollow, retold by Torrin Anderson, illustrated by Mike Larisia. Sleepy Hollow was the quietest place in the world. Besides being haunted, nothing much happened there until the night of fantastic party. A chatbot crane marched into the party with his head held high. His tall party with his tall frame and baggy clothes, resembling a scarecrow. He was at the party for one reason, Cotton Van Tassel. Katrina stood at the party like a red rose on a snowy day. She chatted with Rob Van Brunt. He was broad-shouldered and strong. Rob enjoyed riding around his horse. Dear Devil, he was known for pulling pranks and causing mischief around town. Ron Van Brunt also liked Katrina. A chatbot busted his reserve and ran straight up to them. "Excuse me, Katrina," a chatbot said. "Would you care to dance?" Ron Van Brunt's face turned as red as a boiled lobster. "I'd love to dance," Katrina said as she gasped. A chatbot's head. A chatbot and Katrina swayed around the dance floor as if there was no tomorrow. Their joyful and lively dance caught the attention of everyone at the party. A chatbot imagined he could dance his way right to Katrina's heart, and the longer a chatbot and Katrina danced, the more jealous Rob Van Brunt became. The band took a break. A chatbot and Katrina stopped for a drink at the Punch Bowl. There stood Ron, sharing ghost stories with a group of friends. "I'll tell you the scariest ghost story of all," said Ron Van Brunt. He stared directly at a chatbot. "Have you ever heard of the Headless Horseman?" "No," each muttered and gasped. Ron began to whistle it, and the group of leaned in closer. Every night at midnight, he rides through the town on his horse, along with his missing head. Ron said, "I've seen him with my very own eyes. I was riding along late at night when this fellow came trotting up. I asked him if he wanted a race. He didn't say a word because he didn't have a head." So I took out a dead devil from below and a cafeteria behind me. I raised him up onto the church bridge. Once his horse set foot on the bridge, he disappeared in a flash of fire. The audience stood in tense silence. "If you ever see the Headless Horseman," Ron Van Brunt said, "head to the other side of the church bridge. Otherwise, you're done for. Of course, if you're as fast as me, you have nothing to worry about." "That's really brave of you," Katrina said. She looked at Rob with a delight and admiration. A chatbot took one look at Rob and grunted. "Great imaginary story." Jealous of Katrina, mistrust of Rob, a chatbot took her hand and pulled her toward the dance floor. They danced for a few more songs, but Rob Van Brunt's story was stuck in Ichabod said. Just before midnight, Ichabod said farewell to Kachina and promised to visit her soon. He climbed on a tired old plough horse he had borrowed from a local farmer and set off home. The wind whistled through the branches, an owl shrieked. The hairless horseman filled Ichabod's mind. He attempted to sing to smooth himself, but his normally stunning voice caught up in his throat. Then he heard another sound coming up behind him. A horse. The horse and rider trotted up next to Ichabod with two dogs. It was too dark to see them. When evening, Ichabod said, the rider said nothing. Up ahead, Ichabod could make out of the church bridge. He said to ride a little faster. The rider matched his pace. This is strange, for we're happy, Ichabod said, trying to make conversation again. The rider said nothing. The moon slid up behind a cloud. Ichabod looked over the rider and froze. The rider had no idea. In his hand, the rider held a huge pumpkin that seemed to glow in the moonlight. He raised it high above where his head should have been as it burst into flames. Ichabod screamed and kicked the sides of his horse. The horse barely spread up, and the safety church bridge went up ahead. Faster, Ichabod jolted to his old plough horse. Almost there, the rider was close when Ichabod heard his horse, who stopped on the wooden bridge. He sighed with relief. I made it, Ichabod screamed. He heard the rider talk behind him. He turned to look for the safety of the bridge. A flash of flames rushed towards him. It all went dark. In the next morning, a schoolboy discovered Ichabod's horse grazing in the field by the church. On the ground next to the old bridge, he found Ichabod's head scored. Pumpkin. Ichabod himself disappeared. Not long after Ichabod vanished from the Sleepy Hollow, Katrina and Ron were married. When folks told the story about Ichabod cried, Rob and Rod would always smile. Some said Rob drove Ichabod away. Others, those who know about such a thing, swore the hairless horseman had taken him on the dark night.